I'm telling you, we are gonna get murdered on the internet. Welcome back, episode 2 of Killer Mike's Grand National build. He's taking it to the Grammys, which is only 3 weeks away. On the last episode, we took out the rear end, the rear suspension, and we started on the fuel system. Today, we're gonna start on the fuel tank, remove the old fuel lines, and work our way forward to take out the engine, transmission, and its front suspension. It's a lot of work, a little time. Let's get to it.
All right, so the first step for today is we're gonna have to take out this gas tank. So we're gonna have to take out these 2 bolts, these 3 fuel lines, and it should drop right out. All right, so we're gonna lower the car. That way we can undo the filler neck, undo 1 more bolt, the 3 fuel lines, and then it should drop right out. So we lower the tank just enough on this tranny jack so I can get these lines out without having to remove the whole entire assembly. Oh my God! Fuel pressure! If you've never ripped out a motor before, the first thing you want to do is get the car in the air, drain all the fluids, and make sure you take note of where things go, where they're coming out of. That way, when you put the new motor in, you know where it goes.
We're gonna start off with the shifter linkage. And then from there, we'll take the exhaust, well, the rest of the exhaust off. And then the wiring. After that, we'll head up top, take everything else apart, radiator hoses, oil lines, all that good stuff, and we'll get this engine out of here. Let's go. I'm gonna take the hood off.
1987, this was rocket science. There was very, very few domestic cars with turbos on them.
Cody and I are gonna be hands-on here. We're literally just gonna start tearing everything apart. We aren't gonna reuse any of this. So radiator, engine, intercooler, turbo system, AC system, every single thing in this engine bay is gonna come out. That's the vibe we're looking for.
Dude, that AC had to be ice cold. Look how big that condenser is.
Look at how thick that thing is. Broken.
All right, so right now we're gonna get the motor mounts out of the car. It's kind of a pain on this thing.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to take the lower control arm off. I don't want to do that. So we're gonna try to use swivel boys.
I can't see, all the haters are in my way.
Yeah, once we get these and we lower it down, we can get the transmission bolts, and then we can try to lift it up gingerly.
All right, so me and Alex are rigging up the hoist. He's jacking up the trans so he can undo the mount. That way, when the hoist is on, jack it up, motor should come right out.
But don't hang on too tight because it falls.
Motor and trans came right out easy.
Hold on, it's rotating. Stop. Hold up. We're connected to something.
You know what would be helpful?
What?
A transmission jack.
No finagling, right out.
Yeah, hold on, we're hooked on.
Why don't we take the cross member out? It's legit 4 bolts.
Hey, Angelo, get your hand out of the way. It's gonna fall.
I'm letting it down,
Okay, it's coming down.
Easy stuff.
Go. Clear the car, hurry, clear the car, and we're out. All right, the motor came out. To say it was a little bit of a cobble is an understatement. I must say that it is the worst motor pull I've ever had in my life. But in any case, it's out now. We are cleaning up the engine bay. We're gonna remove the fender wells, clean up some of the wiring, paint some of the core support pieces, and just freshen it up. We want a clean, empty, fresh engine bay when the new motor goes in.
Oh my God. You're still here, right here.
Oh my gosh. It's loose.
Oh yeah.
We suck at dismantling Grand Nationals.
Oh, that's a good sound. Hey. Well, the great news is we needed to replace the stuff anyway because it's really gross. Yep. Making progress. Oh, hold on. This is ridiculous.
Fine.
Cody!
It's out now. It's out now.
Cody!
It's all okay.
We didn't have to break that thing.
So we were struggling to get that HVAC box out, so we called my buddy Charlie, and he just told me that that AC box is worth some money. Oops. I'm telling you, we are gonna get murdered on the internet.
We finally got the HVAC out. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a 3D scanner and I'm scanning the majority of the engine bay. All the angles, all the details, all the little nooks and crannies, because I'm gonna have to make a lot of little boxes, a lot of little fluid holders. Also gonna have to make things like catch cans, plate, radiator mounts. This also helps because we're on a bit of a time crunch, so I don't need to constantly be coming back referencing things on the car. I can do all the work on the computer. It's gonna save us a lot of time.
So we're back at it. Grimm finished his 3D scan last night, so he's got all the proper dimensions of the engine bay. And then he went ahead and removed the inner wheel linings because we're gonna replace them with new ones. So now we're gonna remove everything that we don't need, pressure wash it, paint it, and then we're gonna start putting things in.
Magic eraser going. Little rundown. So Cody is fixing up the engine bay. We're getting it ready for paint, taking things out, speedo cable, tachometer. He's also taking the front suspension apart to get it ready for our new cool bits.
This old bolt in here on the lower arm is just caked in there and like rusted to the bushing. And now we're working on getting it out. But it's hard because the spring is compressing everything together. So once we get that out, it's gonna want to send the spring flying.
You screwed it up.
See what I'm saying?
You screwed it up.
It's in there.
Cody's been hammering the heck out of this thing and it's not moving. That means there is a sleeve that's within that bushing and that sleeve is frozen to the bolt. So that's why when he hammers it, it doesn't move because it's frozen within that sleeve. So we're gonna try to heat the bolt up, hit it again, and hopefully it kind of releases out of the sleeve and then we can get it out. Herein lies another one of our problems. We could easily try to cut it out, but it's under so much tension that it could just pop. Maybe we should put a ratchet strap through the hole.
Yeah, just to the chassis rail.
Yeah, because you took the shock out already, right? So it's definitely gonna hit him in the noggin. Angelo got halfway through the bushing. He hit the center, which is the bolt. I'm not sure if Cody and I hardened the bolt when we heated it, but the bolt is super hard and you could feel the saw, the blade just kind of glide over it. So the next course of action now is to actually cut the arm off, flip it up, and then get a cutting disc and cut through the bolt. When we came in this morning, we were like, oh, we're just gonna take off the suspension arms, clean it up a little bit more, and then paint the rest of the chassis and like start putting things in. We didn't think we were gonna be after lunch sawing an arm, so this definitely has been a kink in the process. So the tension's off the arm, you see it hanging. So now we're gonna let the car down and use a floor jack to go underneath the control arm right where the spring is, take out the other bolt, and then slowly let the floor jack out. That's done. I feel a lot better that spring is actually relieved. So we're gonna take off the top control arms, take out the knuckle. So we're gonna leave the steering linkages in and the sway bar in, because then when Grimm gets the engine in, he knows where to place it. So we know what our obstacles are, where our limits are. But we're only like 6 hours behind, which is all right.
There it is. We got it out. We've been chasing that thing all day. Just this one bolt and bushing. It's been stuck together. We're not gonna say how long it took, but it took a while.
don't even want to talk about it.
This being a crate engine, we don't have the factory connections, so we're gonna turn the fuel connections and the oil and water into AN lines. This is converting fuel line from push lock to AN fitting. One of the easiest ways to clean up your engine bay is to have custom hosing. It's almost impossible to find the exact hose that you need. So what we do is we convert the upper radiator hose, usually it's just a clamp-on thing, to an AN fitting. This way you have a nice, clean, custom-made radiator hose every time.
So we got a couple problems with the original one. One is it's made out of plastic. Plastic don't work for us. 2, going off at a weird angle. Don't like that. And 3, it's just a regular old radiator hose fitting. We ain't working with that. We're working with AN lines. So we got a thermostat housing for an LS. It already had the -20 we needed coming out straight. That's the way we want it. And right now I'm machining it down because I have to make an adapter plate to go from the LS to the LT. I'm machining it down. I got to cut a plate, weld this to that plate, and then we can have our -20 coming out of our LT4. All right, so on to phase 2 of making the thermostat housing. Looks a little different now. Took the original ring I machined, welded it onto this piece of 3/8 aluminum. So now I'm gonna throw it back on the lathe. We're gonna true it up, make both sides perfectly flat, get rid of the welds, and then Suppy's gonna take it on the router and he's gonna make it the exact shape that it needs to be to go on the LT4.
He's finished machining the edge there. It looks fantastic, right? And that's a flat surface. So the next step is to put this onto here like that. I'm gonna take some small hardware and clamp it down. And I'm gonna take it to the router with a trace bit, and I'm gonna router this out. So it'll be exactly this shape.
That's gonna be nice. Damn!
It's done. We didn't lose any fingers, and apparently nobody makes it, right?
Nobody makes it.
Dude, maybe we were wrong, but there it is.
Handmade, that came out pretty good.
It did come out pretty good. That was a piece of aluminum that we just found
On the
kicking
ground.
around. Yeah.
Literally found it on the ground over there.
Now we have an AN fitting for the top of the radiator hose. When we make the top hose, it's gonna look fantastic. We got a brand new gas tank. This is from Tanks Inc. So this is a direct replacement kit. So it comes with everything that you need. It comes with a new fuel sender, pump, the bracketry, the fill neck, and also has little valves and vents. So basically all you have to do is assemble now. While I'm assembling the tank, the guys are prepping the car for new parts. They are cleaning off some surface rust, getting rid of any old grease and grime, and putting a fresh coat of paint on it. Because we always like to put our new parts onto a fresh, clean car. So Ron came back to check in on our progress. What do you think, Ron?
I'm super impressed, actually. You know, this thing is really clean. Super excited to see what goes in the next few days.
Moving forward now, we have a blank canvas. Now the fun begins where we start putting new parts back into the car.
So yeah, I'm super excited to see the progress on this thing, and I think things are gonna start to roll once we get the motor in the chassis next week, but there's still a lot of work to do. I've got some work to do myself, because I've got to build some cool wheels for this thing, and we've got to get on the ball. If we've only got 16 working days left, I've got to get to work.
And we both got to get to work.